también con nosotros está Ruby Rose. Please welcome to Ruby Rose. And the birthday girl is Deepika Padukone. Welcome. La bienvenida a Deepika, que es su cumpleaños también, así que felicidades. Happy birthday, Deepika. También queremos pedir que pase el responsable de la música también, Nicky Jam, con nosotros. Y por último, the last but the first is for Vin Diesel, our star and producer for this film. Welcome to Vin Diesel. Xxx, que es nuestra estrella y productor de esta película, Xxx Reactivado. Welcome. Hi, how are you guys? Welcome to Mexico.
Increíble.
I know you speak Spanish very well. Say something more, like increíble and...
They want more Spanish.
Oh, they want more Spanish? Okay.
More Spanish.
Si tú puedes enseñarlo, tú puedes hacerlo.
It's in your heart, right?
It's in my heart, it's in mi corazón.
I speak Spanish too.
I taught him how to speak Spanish.
Okay, it's nice to having you here, guys. And I want to ask you a question for each of you. And can you tell us about how was to film this movie and the background, standard cage, and all this stuff? How was it for you?
Regreso de Xander Cage. ¿Quieren que yo empiece?
Well, it was exciting for me because Xander Cage represented a rebel who was a patriot. And seeing that initial movie years ago, I was excited to sort of reintroduce him and bring him back so the fans that know him get to see him the way he was. And also to tell the story of what's happened to him over the past 15 years and all the friends that he met along the way. So these great characters that you see here all tie into a Xander past that kind of gives you a history of the movie. And it was exciting, not only to tell Xander's story, but also to tell Xander's friend's story and to expand on that.
Thank you. Muy bueno. Y ahora también deseamos que cada uno si nos puede contar lo que fue el regresar y formar parte de esta película. Si quieres, Ariana.
Bueno, primero que todo, gracias a todos ustedes por estar aquí, por apoyarnos y por supuesto estar dándole esa noticia a todo el mundo. Para mí fue una experiencia demasiado increíble. No sé si todos sepan, pero tal vez después de un momento un poco duro de mi vida, esto fue lo mejor que me pudo haber pasado y de verdad que le agradezco a Dios por esa oportunidad tan grande que me dio y bueno, no me lo puedo creer, es como un sueño hecho realidad estar aquí de frente a ustedes y bueno, compartiendo el día de hoy una película con personajes como los que están aquí sentados. De verdad que es irreal, es surreal y bueno, feliz de estar haciéndolo aquí en México y bueno, de México para el mundo.
Nina, tú también nos puedes compartir tu experiencia.
Well, the first time I saw the movie was 15 years ago, as many people had, and I remember feeling like, I mean, I'm a risk taker, I'm a thrill seeker. I love doing all the things that Xander does for fun as well. So when I watched the movie, I saw this guy and I was like, wow, that's the male version of me. And so I was like, I could do this. Like, there's a person like this in the movies, and I hope one day I can be in a movie like this one. And I quite literally secreted myself into this movie 15 years later. So, and I swear, I said it out loud to my parents, like at the time when I watched it. I was like, I want to be in this movie one day, and it happened. So the secret is a real thing. Follow your dreams, because I'm an example that they can't come true.
También si nos puede contestar Ruby Rose.
Well, Nina just stole my story, actually. I told her that story.
Oh my God.
And lo and behold, here she is, acting like it's her story. Gosh, what an experience it was. You know, yeah, same sort of story, of course, watching it 15 years ago and falling in love with the film, falling in love with Vin. Didn't know if I wanted to be Vin, but I said I had Vin as like my best friend, but he just had to be in my life, and here we go, I must have secreted him here. But working on this film was such a family affair, and I you know, credit that to Vin a lot. He allows you to work in a space where you feel like you know each other for years, and allowing everyone to feel really comfortable and take risks and feel supported. You couldn't ask for a better scene made, let alone a producer. And you know, Xander and Vin are kind of one and the same. You know, they've got so many things in common, and I really just love watching Vin shine in the role, and by default allowing me to shine alongside him. So you know, this cast has all really become such good friends, and I think that we walk away with more than just a film. We walk away with this amazing friendship that we're going to have forever.
I'll drink to that. Y típica, que también es tu cumpleaños y qué bueno que estés trabajando aquí en México. También, ¿qué es lo que más te gustó de este film y de formar parte de él? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear God.
Happy birthday to you.
You should really try singing.
Thank you.
I think he will.
Thank you, everyone. First of all, thank you so much. I'm so happy that we get the opportunity to start this tour in Mexico, such a magical place to begin. As soon as I landed yesterday, I felt like I was back home. I felt like I was in my country. I felt the warmth and the love from everyone. So thank you for that. I think the one very significant thing that drew me to XXX is the fact that I think the women have been portrayed in such an amazing way. For me, all the women, Serena and all the women in XXX are a true representation of today's women. They're intelligent, they're strong, they're independent, they have a mind of their own. And I think women around the world have found that voice. And so have all the women finally in an action movie, which is so rare. I think we've all been, you know, we've watched movies in the past where women have always needed to be rescued, and that was probably okay in that time. The times have changed, people change, people evolve, and so have characters in the movies. And XXX is that movie where I think every man, woman, child is going to feel connected with every single character.
Yo vi hace 15 años atrás también como todo el mundo y nunca me hubiera imaginado participar en una película, y mucho menos con Vin Diesel y todos estos actores aquí que son unos duros, como decimos en Puerto Rico. El mero hecho de que alguien de mi género, del reggaetón, esté actuando en una película en Hollywood es grande para nuestro género, es grande también para nuestra gente latina, y es increíble ver que un cantante de reggaetón, que esta música mucha gente dijo que no veía durar ni un año, ya está en las pantallas grandes, mi gente. Y aparte de eso, estamos aquí al frente de esta gente bonita en México, y estamos haciéndolo aquí en México, mi gente. Estamos aquí en México haciendo la premiere de la película, mi gente. Más grande que eso no puede ser. Estoy muy contento, muy orgulloso de mí, muy orgulloso de nuestra gente latina y muy orgulloso de la película que se hizo en XXX.
Y ahora sí vamos a hacer unas preguntas de la prensa que ya habíamos escogido. Y tiene la paletita 1, Tania Medina. Por favor, di tu medio y la pregunta. Aquí está el micrófono. Gracias.
Hello guys, my name is Tania Medina from the YouTube channel Conferencia. So my question is for you, Nina. I know that you're a very funny, extreme girl. So I would love to know what was the craziest, funniest thing that you lived on set?
That I left on set?
Yeah, that you experienced during this film.
Honestly, the whole experience, I think we were all constantly laughing. My character had a lot of funny moments, but most of my funny moments were off camera with Ruby. And we shared them with the world. Prank wars, yes, not all of them. But most of them were shared with the world, so we got to include everyone in it. But what you don't know about action movies is that they take a lot longer than most other things, because there's so many stunts, and you have to be safe, and everything takes a while. So that means that the actors have to sit around and wait for a while. So Ruby and I were just constantly plotting how to terrorize each other's lives, and that was really fun.
Y ahora también David Moira.
Hi, welcome to Mexico. Well, first I want to say your movie is really awesome. Congratulations. And well, my question is for you, Nina. Well, you, Nina, I know you are the extreme girl in your real life, right? But in this movie, you are so funny and so different are you person to you. But what do you say? How are you feeling that?
That's actually what attracted me to the role. I wanted to do something very different than my previous roles, and as much as you think I'm not like Becky, I am very similar to Becky.
She's exactly like Becky.
Yeah, it's true. You just don't know that side of me, but I'm very clumsy. I will fall even if I'm not wearing any shoes. Like, there's no... I'm the clumsiest person, I'm the klutziest person, I'm the goofiest person. I'll do almost anything to get a laugh. And I'm very self-deprecating, but I'm still young. You guys have a lot to learn about me.
Gracias, Nina. Y ahora vamos a preguntarle también a nuestra estrella protagonista de esta cinta, productor. This question is for you, Bean. So you're back as Sandra Cage. How is this returning to this character, and when did you decide to make another Xxx?
I actually I decided to make another Xxx in 2009 after coming back to Dom Toretto in Fast and Furious in the fourth one. And then, because of scheduling, it was very hard to find a window to do the movie. And then I went through a very challenging experience for myself personally while filming Furious 7. It was such an emotionally taxing experience and a challenging experience that I needed so desperately to play a character where I could smile again and laugh again. And doing Xxx was an opportunity for me to smile and laugh and have fun again, and I needed that for my soul. I lost a family member in the Fast saga, as you know. And what I discovered when I started filming Xxx was that I gained so many wonderful family members. When I tell you that this cast came together like a family, you can ask each one of them individually. One of the best things, the gifts that we got in 2016 was these sisters that you see here with me on stage, the brothers that you see here with me on stage, that are real family and really love each other. You can see it in the movie. It's something that Ruby talked about. You can see that love in the movie between the characters, and you can see we all have felt how it's bled off the screen. So I came back to Xxx because I needed it for my soul, and I didn't realize how rewarding it would be, and how much fun I had, and how lucky I am to call the people that are on this stage people that I care very much about, and people that are my family.
I was going to be away for 6 months. I was moving out of my comfort zone, moving away from familiar territory and people that I had worked with. But the day I set foot in Toronto, I felt like I was I felt like I was back home. Right with like my first meeting with DJ and then with Vin and then with everyone else. It was exactly the same. I didn't feel like I was anywhere else. I felt like I was back in home territory, working with the same kind of love and affection, and I think everyone went out of their way to make me feel really, really comfortable. And as far as it being my Hollywood debut, I don't think of it as a separate debut. I think of it as part of the journey. I think as creative people, you want to be a part of exciting films and exciting experiences and tell amazing stories and leave behind an amazing body of work. And I think after all the films that I've done in India, I felt like Xxx gave me that opportunity. So I don't look at it as two separate careers, I look at it as one continuous journey.
Muchas gracias. Y también ahora Raimundo de Reforma.
Hola, hello guys, over here to your right. Welcome again, Kevin. And this question is for DJ. I want to know, because this is something I get to feel in a way. How do you manage to handle so many, I was going to say egos, but no, talents, and so many different styles, and make them look seamless, natural on screen? How do you manage to make everyone look part of a family?
A lot of editing. Like a lot. And CGI, yeah. Remember we said CGI.
Because, you know, it feels like really natural. I mean, there's Nikki and Ben and the girls and everybody, and in the end the product feels like one single adventure. But I can imagine the hard work that you have in your head and every day during the film. Can you please tell me about that?
Thank you. That's a great compliment. Well, I think each and every one of these actors is so unique, and they're such unique individuals that in meeting them and getting through the rehearsal process and just kind of getting a sense of who they are, I think what I do is encourage them to inject, like, Nina, there is a lot of Nina in Becky. There really is. And there's a lot of Pika and Serena. I think each one has, and Ruby, there's tons of Ruby and Adele. And I think it's part of what I need to do as a director is to nurture that and to bring that out. And when you have such an eclectic cast, I mean, Vin is so dynamic as a leader and such a great partner as a creative realm. He was my producer, but it was more of the creative producer. You know, it's great to have your lead actor be your creative producer because you're not worrying about the time or counting the money. So it was just really bringing out the gifts that they have, because we have so many characters in this movie. My biggest fear was not giving them their moments to shine and to really, really take care of each one. And it was a collaborative journey, but it's really the talents that everyone here has on stage that I was just able to kind of find and keep up and push out, because they're so gifted. There was times when, particularly after we got towards the end of the movie and Xander comes down and crashes down, this really insane moment, and all these cars pull up and they all kind of get out of the car, and I was looking behind the monitor of the camera and I realized how blessed I was to have this entire cast, and it was just it was really amazing. It was kind of the first moment I got to slow down, because the movie our shooting was going at 125 miles an hour, and that was one of the moments I got to really look at it, take it all in, and say how blessed I was to have this cast. Well, thank you.
But it was fun, you know. The Silks was one type of training, and then for the Sniper, that was a couple of weeks of training to understand how to use that gun and how to, you know, assemble it and put it back together really quickly, and how to even carry it when it's 20 pounds, and I wasn't even lifting that when I started the film. So, you know, there was a lot of training, but I think when we got to the DR, and you and I hit the gym, like every day, that I went from like just fairly fit to like a monster. Like I could have been Xander. I was just like, I could run through walls.
And Ruby's being modest. She put a playing card from 1,000 yards away. She shot the King of Diamonds right in the head from 1,000 yards away. So she's quite qualified. So we worked for that. Yes, she did work for it. Yeah.
Y la siguiente pregunta es de Salvador Franco.
Hola, soy del periódico Excelsior. Quería preguntarle a Vin, llegaste en un momento muy peculiar para México, donde la gente, el pueblo está reaccionando por una serie de cuestiones políticas que no vienen mucho al caso. Pero sí me gustaría preguntarte, ¿cómo crees tú que reaccionaría el personaje de Xxx ante una situación social tan complicada como la que está viviendo en particular México, con Donald Trump como una amenaza latente en cuestión de días dentro de la Casa Blanca, etc.?
Si puede repetir la pregunta, por favor. Se le cayó el cosito.
I'm sorry, I'm just enjoying hearing all these people talk. I forgot that I was even here, sorry.
Bueno, todos entendemos que esto es ficción, ¿no? Y nos divertimos muchísimo con ella. Pero está basada también en la realidad. Y siempre los personajes aquí, o Rápidos y Furiosos, tienen un sustento social, ¿no? Y real, que nos hace reflexionar de alguna manera. La pregunta es que ustedes llegaron ayer a México cuando hay un clima social muy importante, muy polarizado, y es algo que vemos en tus películas, ¿no? Entonces hasta te puede inspirar en algún momento. La pregunta es, ¿cómo crees que Xxx reaccionaría ante las situaciones que está viviendo una población como la mexicana, que nos aumentaron los combustibles en un 20%, que tenemos un presidente que hace cosas muy extrañas, y finalmente ante la presencia de alguien como Donald Trump, que está a punto de ingresar a la Casa Blanca?
I didn't know we were going to get this political, but if we must, we must. Well, first of all, and this is something that DJ and I talked about a lot before filming. The goal in the movie is to entertain. If you can embed that experience with a message or something significant, that's all the better. There's a social commentary with the global cast alone. Just the idea that we have a film that's so global and has a cast that feels like a family. But beyond just multicultural, a cast where we went into foreign film markets. Some of the cast didn't even speak any English. And we invited them to be a part of the XXX League. These great cast of characters that are all so talented and have all been so committed. I think one of the themes in the movie is articulated by the Sam Jackson character. And that is the idea that we do in this society need someone to watch the watchers. The idea that we can just kind of relinquish all our concerns to some higher government might be a little dated. This film proposes the idea that we take a ragtag group of underdogs, and these underdogs are going to actually check the supposed watchers. And there's something kind of empowering for our audience in seeing that. The other thing that I feel is significant about the movie is something that DJs talk quite often about, which is the celebration of individuality. Xander and all the characters are so content with being who they are. They don't try to conform. They celebrate their own individuality. And that leads into the relationships. One of the things I think people are going to talk about is the unique relationships in this movie. The idea that you can have a gender-irrelevant romance between Xander and Adele is something you haven't seen in a movie before. If you're successful in making a movie, a lot of people come to it and a lot of people have fun, which is obviously our first goal here. We recognize, I mean, DJ was saying this a year ago, there aren't a lot of movies out there where you can just go and have fun. And as Deepika and as Nina talked about, we came to set and we had a lot of fun. I had more fun on XXX than I've had on any movie I've ever filmed. And you can see how that translates to the screen. Hopefully people walk away feeling fulfilled and feeling like they've had a great time and it's fun. But hopefully also that there is some thought to, shouldn't we be checking the watchers? If these misfits are doing it and willing to do it, and are willing to rise to that occasion, shouldn't we all double check the watchers? Shouldn't we all be a little bit more invested in who's running our world? I hope that answers your question.
Thank you very much, Vin. And this is the last question, and for you, Vin, your fans in Mexico are so excited to having you here. And how do you like Mexico City? And would you ever film a move here in Mexico?
Funny that you asked. Yeah, first of all, I filmed Fast and Furious, the fourth one. Paul Walker and I filmed Fast 4, and I brought my daughter Similche, who everyone on the cast knows. I brought because we were really family, so all through the holidays, my kids are going, "When's Auntie Ruby coming to the Dominican Republic?" I have filmed in Mexico. We filmed in Sonora, and it was a great experience. Of course, I love Mexico. I love Mexico so much. I mean, it's, you all know how obvious it is. Anybody that knows the Mayan Queen, anyone that knows Paloma knows how much I love Mexico. Anybody that's seen Pauline, or seen Vincent, or seen Similche knows how much I care about Mexico. Which is why when Paramount suggested the idea, as Deepika mentioned, to start the whole world tour to this global film that will bring us to China, that will bring us to India, that will bring us to Europe, that will bring us everywhere. It was a delight to start the whole global tour here in Mexico. Tú sabes, te amo.
Muchísimas gracias al casting, thank you very much.
Gracias.
Esperamos que regresen muy pronto y a la prensa también gracias por estar aquí. Les recordamos que será la alfombra roja a las 5:30 de la tarde, así que los esperamos. Thank you guys.
Gracias.
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 Thank you.
Cerrados.
Voto.